What did you think of this episode? Coming off of the incredible last week episode, focusing basically solely on Rue, featuring her destroying Cassie's life. We now see I will call this episode like the fallout. Basically, we see kind of where we're at with everything. What did you think of it?
I thought it was really good. I'm trying to think, because I'm trying to remember. I watched it on Sunday at 11 o'clock after everybody, left from the Super Bowl. I thought it was a good episode. It starts where it's kind of like, oh, is this another Rue episode? And then we kind of get everybody else. Still no. We see, Fez and Lexi on the couch.
I mean, this is like the most.
This is the most we've got.
They held hands.
They did hold hands. I'm a little suspicious of what's her name, the blonde girl with the big lips that is staying at their house. Faye and I don't think Ashtray is gonna do anything.
Yeah.
I trust him, but Faye is
Suspect.
She's sus because she talked to what's his name, her boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah. Outside
in the rain, and then she came in. She was like, "It's raining." It's like, yeah. And she went and took a shower.
Mm-hmm.
So I think something's gonna happen there. Because people are, I think it was what's his name, Bird or what was that guy's name? The big drug dealer. Mouse. Mouse's wife came and was like, "Hey, where is he?" or something. And
yeah, because we still don't know. Because that guy showed up and he said that thing to Fez, and we were like, "What the fuck is that?"
Right.
And then it never got back to it.
Right. Which this show does a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was really heartbreaking at the end when Rue's mom is trying to get her to go, and it seems like she's willing at this point. Like she wasn't gonna.
When she's on the phone with the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough.
And she's begging for them to take her I guess so she can't leave, because I was like, is that a thing you can do? Because I was like, isn't that how all Danielle was like, no, I think it's it's a place where you can't leave voluntarily, because it was ones you can and you can't.
Yeah.
Or something. I was like, I was like, wouldn't she qualify for that? I mean, she's doing heroin and shit like that.
You'd think, yeah, but I know I've had friends and stuff that have not for drug issues or whatever, but I've had friends that have had to go into the hospital and stuff, and literally they will be like, I need this, and they'll be like, we don't have room. And it's that's it. And then the alternative, which is exactly like it happened on the show, is the alternative is, well, you can go to the hospital and you can go to they basically put you in the mental ward,
right,
and just strap you in. And it's well, what the fuck is that? And that's what they were trying. She was like, no, she can't just go to the hospital. She needs a bed.
I think for me, for this episode, the most egregious thing.
Yeah.
And just every week, Sam Levinson keeps proving me right, or just making me more believe that they really just chopped Kat's role in this show out the window.
I'm done with her. There are so many characters this season that I'm just fucking fed up with, and I'm with you, Sam Levinson. No, not really. Do not take that out of context if things come out in the future about him. But no, really, obviously whatever's happening with her the actress or whatever, and Sam Levinson, that needs to be handled, whatever. But the character of Kat, I am so beyond just done. I don't know if you remember, I think it was episode 1 or episode 2, where I was I went on my whole thing where I was I just genuinely don't enjoy watching Nate Jacobs as a character anymore. And that was a big gripe of mine, that I was they're going too far. That has been they've done a lot of interesting stuff with Nate this year that I'm all right, that I'm past. Especially this week with his little meetup with Jules and stuff, and apparently, I don't know, not trying to be a good person, but trying to make amends in certain aspects or something. So that is cool. But Kat, they got to do something, because they just keep putting her in the same rut over and over again. And it's I don't know, I guess just because she just did so much fucked up shit when she broke up with Ethan. everything he was saying is exactly
Yeah.
what she did, and she's just like, you're gaslighting me, you're making me feel crazy, and,
Yeah.
and she's like, oh, and now you're trying to break up with me?
Yeah.
You're fucking crazy. And he's just like, yeah, I am.
Like, I mean,
'cause
I know,
he's just done.
and if she really did have a like life-threatening like brain disease, I think she calls it.
Yeah, we'd know about
Well, one, we know about it, and in a real life situation, like you would feel really bad, like saying you're lying, but at the same time, it's like he knows she's lying, so it's like, it's like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, you want to break up with me? You're telling me this, crazy story because you don't know how else to do it, and when I call you out on it, you get mad at me.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
it's
well,
like
what do you want
he's
me
trying
to
to
do?
give you the easy out.
Yeah, all he's saying is like, okay, just say you don't want to be with me, and I'll leave. Like,
yeah, and I'll leave right now. Like,
and another thing to me is like, we are told a lot of their kind of relationship not being. I feel like we're told more than we're shown of their relationship being odd. And to me, that doesn't work. Like, show me them more together. And again, maybe there's scenes that were cut of them being together more and them not being, obviously, right for each other. But like, I feel like the last like thing I saw was just them at dinner. And I think this was 2 episodes ago.
yeah,
Them at dinner with the mom, and the mom's
dinner was
like,
2 episodes ago, and bowling was 4 episodes.
yeah,
ago.
and the mom's like, tell me about yourself, and she's like, I don't really know. Like, and we're like, oh yeah, like I get that, and the mom's like an asshole, and then like I feel like that's like that's the last time we see them together, and then they're breaking up. So it's like, okay, so we just kind of, and Ethan I thought was an interesting character. I don't know if we're gonna see him again. I wouldn't be surprised if we did not, because I feel like he kind of probably served his purpose at this point. Just get together with Kat, maybe change her kind of. Her personality a little bit. Maybe he's trying to build her up because she's kind of having these, issues with the way she sees herself as we see in episode 1 or 2, I think it is. But now he's gone. So it's like, okay, we're just going to put her back. And honestly, I would not be surprised. I don't know if you saw the preview for next week. I would not be surprised if the only line she has in the next episode is when I think she says something when they're watching the play. And that's it. Like, I would not be surprised if that's like her only line, or if she has no lines.
Yeah,
because she's just like, I don't know. I feel like she's very much a secondary character, where it's like, it's really just like we have Cassie and Maddie, and we have Rue and Jules, and then that's kind of
and like Nate.
Yeah. That's just me though.
Like, I feel like Lexi has kind of taken her spot this year.
Yeah.
If
yes,
that makes
I would
sense.
agree with that.
You know what I mean?
I mean, we have that other friend that we do not see anything about at all.
Yeah.
I don't even know what her name is.
Me and my roommate call her Lizzie because she looks just like my roommate's like stepsister. She looks and sounds exactly like her. I have no idea what her actual name is, but that's just what we call her. But yeah, she was in like the first 2 episodes ago, or the first 2 episodes.
2 episodes ago.
No, I don't know why my brain keeps trying to say ago. It's just she was in the first like 2 episodes. But then the weird thing was, like, wouldn't you think that she would have been, or maybe she was at Maddie's part? Like, why wasn't she in the hot tub is my question. Because out of everyone in that group,
maybe she's just a school friend. She's more like an acquaintance.
Because she was at Cassie's house with them earlier in the season.
Oh.
But like, my thing is, out of everyone, she's the best of friends with Maddie, and it was Maddie's birthdays. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if he knows what he's writing. But yeah.
One more thing I want to talk about is something that you said earlier, how they're kind of turning around Nate, not redeeming him, but making him a better character to watch, changing him. And I thought that you bring it up, it just popped in my head, like the scene with his mom. And she's like, you were such a sweet young like baby, and then at whatever age, like it just like you just turn into this really dark asshole. And I think that's really was the catalyst for him that episode. I mean, granted, she says that he internalizes it, and then he immediately grabs a gun and goes to Maddie's house and steals the disc back.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like but then he gives it to Jules, which is kind of like did he really redeem? He didn't really redeem that moment, but like, he still did a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you see? Now I pointed it out when I was watching the episode, and nobody really. I saw like one TikTok about it. That Maddie has like a sticker on her wall that says "Smile, you're on camera."
Yeah.
So do you think there's a possibility that she actually has a camera in her room? That like that whole thing was.
Ooh, recorded.
Yeah, I think that'd be interesting.
I didn't think about that.
She
I
just
saw
had no
that. I
disc.
saw that sticker. Yeah.
Right.
Wow. I don't know. That's interesting.
That was really that whole like thing though was messed up. Like he's pointing a gun to his head and he's like playing Russian roulette. I was like, what the hell?
I saw something that might be more messed up. I don't know if you saw it or not, but when him and his mom are talking,
yeah,
and she's like right next to him, did you notice anything?
I noticed it. I was like,
okay, thank you, because I was like, I had to rewind it to show my roommate because she missed it because I think we were talking about how weird everything was, and I was like, he just fucking. This is what we're talking about. The look, right?
Yeah. He
like checked out his mom or something.
It was really weird.
It was very like I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I don't know, man. That guy is fucked up. Like they're like, yes, okay, whatever. He's trying to, like we said, he's not becoming a better person, but he's trying to change his ways, I think. But he will never not be fucked up like to the root. Like that guy is no matter what he does, when he becomes an adult, he will be his father. Like no, minus a few aspects.
Maybe not
that we know of. Yeah, actually.
Well, he said to Jules like everything I said was. So I mean I don't know if that is is that a like I don't know if they've ever like addressed. They might have. They probably have, right? They probably said like her being trans is like a thing in the show.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely,
Right. Yeah. So like, you know, he could be like bisexual or something, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe they get into that, maybe they don't. I don't know. They kind of hinted at it because again, he said like everything I said was true. Mm-hmm. So
as like, what was it Shy Guy 18?
Shy, or whatever it was. Yeah.
Tyler.
Right. I thought.
Oh my god.
I didn't think Sydney Sweeney had a really good episode. I thought she was great in the episode. Like people were talking about like the whole season, like, oh, it's gonna be Sydney Sweeney's like this year, and like Zendaya was like, hold my beer. Yeah. But then I think Sydney Sweeney was like, no, I'm still good. Like I can, you know.
But also like we pointed out, it would be two separate categories.
Right.
So we're good.
Yes, yeah.
Unless I have not finished Ozark, but we could have great performances out of Laura Linney or Ray Seahorn, Kim Wexler. Still got Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. Yeah.
So she might. I mean, those two are the only ones that I think. But again, Kim Wexler, Wendy Bird, those would be up against Zendaya. So because for leads, Sydney Sweeney, I don't know. I don't really know what the competition is going to look like for the Emmys for like a supporting.
I mean that's a long way from now, so it's like
so that's what worries me though is that there's so much TV to get through. Hopefully they remember because the show is definitely way weaker this season than it was the first season, without doubt. But I feel like some of the performances are miles above last season for a lot of these people, including Zendaya. I feel like she had way more screen time in season 1, but I feel like that just makes her so much more like potent this year. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like so when we do get like last week, like with just like full Rue episode, it's like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. Does that narration theory? Does this episode kind of hurt that?
Yeah, absolutely. So other people have done it, but Danielle, every week has been on this narration theory that the narration is tied to Rue's sobriety. I'm 100% a believe. Like I believe. Like I'm in because she's absolutely right. Like it was the whole first season. It was totally normal every episode. Then she was like fine the first week, fine the second week. Then she was like starting to stumble on it. Then it wasn't there for a while. Then she was like being kind of like loopy with the narration. Then when she full on just went like berserk, there was no narration. And now right at the start of this episode, we're back with not only the narration, but the normal music that goes along with the narration. And she like sounds calm and like, you know, just like her narration normally does. I believe it 100%. It's like I felt like the narration, Zendaya's voice sounded like Rue like mentally reset. So yeah, I agree 100%. I don't know. I don't think that's ever gonna be something that like a theory that could ever really be like confirmed, because it's not happening in the actual story. So like, how would we know without Zendaya or Sam Levinson just being like, oh yeah, that's what we intended. But I think 100%. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also shout out. We got Ali back, which I thought was great.
We did
Cooking dinner for the family.
Yeah. And I liked that message where, you know, her mom's instinct is to be like, you know, Gia, like, stop, your sister needs your support or whatever. And Ali's like, if somebody, you know, he's just so brutally honest because he lived through it. Like, he's like, it's okay. He's like, Gia, if
you want to be mad at her, you can.
Yeah, if you want to be mad at, you know, if somebody repeatedly lets you down every time you put your faith in them, you know, it's okay to lose hope. You know, that's not on you. That's on her. That's on Rue. Like, just because Rue is going through something and we need to be supportive for her doesn't mean that Rue isn't the only reason that we're going through it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which brings me to the last thing I'm going to say.
Okay.
Which is my biggest criticism. Where are the consequences, man? Where are the repercussions of last week? She committed crimes. She was
I don't think you're gonna get that.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that at least Lori, like, I was expecting like
she's
Fez,
coming back. Lori will.
But I was expecting like Fez to get his like knee, you know, his knees like busted
broken,
or something, yeah, like or something, like, you know. It just did that. Just like that has to come back for me, because I'm like, okay, if you're never gonna bring that back, you know, I've seen enough Breaking Bad. I've seen enough Daredevil. There you go. Yeah. I've seen enough Daredevil to know.
Season 1, by the way. Daredevil.
There you go, man. Get as much as season 2. You're not ready for season 2, man. You know what happens in season 2.
I don't know what happens in season 2.
Get ready to get punished.
Oh yes, finally. Okay, cool.
Bro, that is all what season 2
The whole
is.
season?
The whole season is
okay.
I
thought it was like one episode.
No. He like is season 2.
Okay, cool.
Shout out Dare. You guys have 10 days to watch it. But
better show up on Hulu like March 1st.
I don't know. There's rumors that it's just going. I mean, they're not rated R technically. Like, so
Disney
there's
Plus?
rumors that it's going to Disney Plus. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, fine with me wherever it goes.
But I agree with you though. I think at the end of the day, I think it's going to be like a Hulu for us, and then Disney Plus Star for you know, whatever. Because they do swear sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's very bloody. It's very, very bloody. But anyways, Daredevil's great. You know, I've seen enough Daredevil to know, you know, when you fuck with human traffickers, you know, they come back.
Yeah.
They do not just like oh, like, she got away, you know, like, well, on to the next one. You know, that's not how that works. So I would like to see realistic repercussions for that stuff. Now, maybe we are seeing that with what the guy told Faye, that he said, you know, listen, Fez is going to get raided or whatever, you know, whatever he basically implied, that he's working with the authorities. So maybe
he already got raided, didn't he?
When?
Didn't he get raided earlier in the season? Because weren't they flushing drugs down the toilet? Do you remember that? Do you remember?
No, that was like last season.
That was last season?
Yeah, that was last season. But that wasn't a raid. That was just like, I think they were just getting, I think they were there for something else or something and then just started searching it.
Oh.
But either way, I think this time it was like, that was when he was just like a drug dealer getting drugs from Mouse. Now he's working directly with and for Lori. Yeah. So I feel like that's like, Fez is now, like, if he were to get raided, like, in a much worse situation, a much like more intertwined situation with the shitstorm, basically. But yeah, that's just my only thing is like, all right, I get like we're not going to circle back to it or whatever, but like especially the thing with the cops, like that's just one of those things that just like bugs me that, you know, whatever. I get that it probably shouldn't bug me, but it's just like, you know, she was
the home invasion thing. I get.
Yeah, like she was 100% talked to, saw, and you know, it had to have interacted with those home. Like they can ID her. Her mom probably called the cops with her description. The cops then chased her for blocks and blocks and blocks, where there was like 6 cops chasing her. You know, which if it was the real world, like, and they had the like the body cam or whatever, like they would have her footage of who she is. But regardless, whatever. I get that it's a TV show. But other than that,
yeah,
it's if they can keep going on this better trajectory. It's still not, you know, perfect. It's still not great or as great as last season, but if they can continue this, you know, good momentum, I feel like that they have. Next week it looks like we are getting the play next week.
Finally.
Yeah. So and I did watch. I did watch the preview. Yeah. So I liked when Maddie was like, she was like, "Is this play about us?"
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no fucking shit. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that was really fucking funny.
Whoops.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like Fez is really gonna try and be like a better guy or whatever for Lexi, and then I feel like right when he's getting shit together to be with Lexi or to, you know, make a move with Lexi, I feel like he's gonna get the shackles thrown on him or something. I feel like something bad's gonna go down at the end of next week's episode.
Same.
But yeah, that'll
or
do
we
it for,
finally get our Fez Lexi moment.
I know.
That'd be cool.